The shadowed chambers of Nanda Parbat, usually reserved for the ancient rituals of the League of Assassins, held an audience few could ever imagine. Seated opposite the imperious Raz Al Ghul was not one of his loyal devotees, nor a reluctant protege, but a figure synonymous with raw power and calculated destruction, Bane. The very air in the room crackled with an unspoken tension, an improbable alliance hanging in the balance, as Raz, the demon's head, regarded the formidable man before him with an intensity that hinted at something far beyond mere combat. "Bane," Raz began, his voice a low, resonant hum that filled the vast space. "You have broken the bat. You have shattered the legend. And in doing so, you have demonstrated a mind and a will that few, even among my most trusted, possess." This was the shocking revelation embedded within the storyline known as Bane of the Demon. For a fleeting, astonishing moment in the intricate tapestry of Batman's rogues gallery, Raz Al Ghul, the immortal strategist, the meticulous planner, saw in Bane not just a physical threat, but a worthy successor, a potential heir to his vast ancient empire. It was an idea that defied conventional understanding of both characters, yet, when examined closely, it made a strange and compelling kind of sense. For decades, Raz Al Ghul had sought an heir, someone capable of understanding his grand vision for the planet, someone with the intellect to execute his sweeping plans and the strength to enforce his will. He had tested many, considered few, and found only Batman to be a truly worthy mind, albeit one diametrically opposed to his philosophy. But in Bane, Raz perceived a unique combination of attributes that resonated with his own exacting standards. What was it about Bane that so profoundly impressed the demon's head? It began with his intellect. Raz was not merely interested in brute force. He admired strategy, foresight, and the ability to outmaneuver an opponent. Bane, often unfairly pigeonholed as a simple muscle-bound brute, was anything but. His meticulous planning of the Nightfall saga, where he systematically broke Batman both physically and psychologically, was a masterclass in strategic thinking. He didn't just defeat Batman, he dismantled him, piece by piece. This level of tactical brilliance was something Raz recognized and respected deeply. Bane had understood Batman's weaknesses, not just his physical limits, but his psychological ones, his commitments, his very dedication. Beyond intellect, there was Bane's physical prowess, but not just his raw strength. Raz observed Bane's mastery over Venom, the drug that fueled his power, and more importantly, his ability to control it, to turn it on and off at will. This demonstrated a discipline that spoke volumes. It wasn't an addiction, it was a tool, wielded by a man in control. Moreover, Bane's sheer indomitable will, forged in the brutal crucible of Peña Duro prison, was a quality Raz prized above almost all others. Bane had faced unimaginable hardship and emerged not broken, but stronger, sharper, driven by an unyielding ambition to prove his own existence. He was a self-made titan, a testament to the power of pure will. So, Raz extended the ultimate offer, not just an alliance, but a partnership. He proposed that Bane become his heir, inheriting the leadership of the League of Assassins, and solidify this bond through marriage to his daughter, Talia al Ghul. Imagine the weight of that proposition. The keys to an ancient empire, the hand of the woman who held Batman's heart, all offered to a man who had, until then, been primarily seen as a physical, albeit formidable, adversary. It was a testament to how highly Raz truly regarded Bane's potential. For Bane, this offer represented a fascinating crossroads. Here was an opportunity for legitimate power, for a legacy far beyond his origins. It was an acknowledgement of his intellect and strategic acumen by one of the world's most ancient and powerful figures. He was being seen, truly seen, for all his capabilities, not just his strength. This moment undeniably elevated Bane's character, shifting him from a mere physical threat to an intellectual and strategic equal, deemed worthy by the demon's head himself, a distinction few of Batman's enemies have ever achieved. However, such a powerful and dangerous alliance could not go unchallenged. Batman, always vigilant, always one step ahead, inevitably intervened. The very idea of Ra's al Ghul and Bane combining their formidable minds and resources was a nightmare scenario for the Dark Knight. He understood the profound threat this union posed to the world, recognizing that it would escalate the challenges he faced to an unprecedented degree. The alliance, as intriguing and potent as it was, proved to be short-lived. Batman's intervention, coupled with the inherent clashes of ego and philosophy between Ra's and Bane, ultimately shattered the fragile partnership. Ra's, in his eternal quest for perfection, would eventually find Bane's ambition to be perhaps too self-serving, too personal, differing from his own grand global agenda. Or perhaps, as is often the case with Ra's, Bane, like many before him, simply failed to meet Ra's exacting standards in the long run. The Bane of the Demon storyline, while brief, left an indelible mark on the lore of both characters. It profoundly altered the perception of Bane. No longer just the man who broke the Bat's back, he was now also the man who captivated Ra's al Ghul's strategic mind. It underscored that Bane's greatest weapon wasn't his Venom-fueled strength, but the brilliant, calculating mind behind it. This brief consideration by Ra's validated Bane's intellectual prowess and strategic depth, cementing his place as one of Batman's most complex and formidable adversaries, capable of challenging the Bat not just with brawn, but with pure, unadulterated brain power. This story reminds us that even within the most established rivalries, there are always unexpected connections and deeper layers to be uncovered. The world of Batman is one of rich complexity, where alliances can form in the most unlikely of places, and respect can be found between the most unlikely of individuals. What are your thoughts on Ra's al Ghul considering Bane as his heir? Did this revelation change your perception of Bane? Share your insights and theories in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deeper dive into the lore, consider subscribing or following for more explorations into the fascinating world of comics.